Good morning, everybody. Good morning
Morning,
once
sir.
again. I welcome you to today's section. Though I expect us to be more than this currently online, but nevertheless, time waits for no one. So we are going to start where we left it last on Wednesday. So um, I shared some document with you guys, and I said we should download it. Have you all downloaded the workbook?
Yes, sir. I did.
Okay. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can see the workbook I actually opened on the screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is the same workbook which I've shared with you. So I'm going to, the reason why I share this workbook, when you look at the workbook, it contains some of the things which we did on Wednesday, and this is to help those that couldn't join the Wednesday class to be able to join today's class. So, or to be able to catch up. And that's the reason why I left on the group that we should, those that are not in the last class should endeavor to be here today. But nevertheless, I'm going to continue with today's class. Now, I haven't seen the document I've shared. I have some data here. The data shows the date, the product category, region, sales, quantity, cost, profit, customer, and representative. Then you find out that I've created some information in front of the data. The highlighted one is multiplication. That is, we are going to test check what we actually did, what we learned as relating to our multiplication. Then this one is subtraction, division, referencing. We are not on the logic yet, but we've been able to do this. Then we come down to the sum, then average, max, mean, which are what we covered last week on Wednesday. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Are we together? So please,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
we will have to unmute our mic because this is going to be a participating class. So whichever way is not to be that rowdy or whatsoever, but when I ask question, I expect answer so that we can move ahead and start and move as faster as we could. That we could move as faster as we could. So now, first of all, I want to ship in something. I'm going to start with formatting. When you look at this information which I'm showing you, you find out that the date is showing all the information. But when you come to category here, you find out that category, you have category, the one is beneath, which was supposed not to be. Everything was supposed to be expanded. In the cell is expected to contain everything. You have when you look at quantity here, quantity is like more or less like shrink. So the Y came down. And when you cost to customer, you see customer and the one is down. In such situation, what were you expected to do? This is to tell you that the cell is being shrink. So in that case, you need to what? Expand the cell. So what you just need to do in that regard is highlight all your data and come to the last this thing and double click, or you drag a bit. Sorry. Or let's do this. Now, when you come here, so now you can go, it will go from one cell to the other. Double click, it will expand to show all the information, or you use your mouse to click at the top to expand to ensure that all information is revealed. Then you come to quantity, you come to customer. Now, when I'm expanding, you find out that the sheet keep getting wide. That is, the data is getting wider. So it now depends on individual, or because the other time when I did this, you find out that what all the information wants to work with is hidden. We cannot see it. So in that regard, for you to adjust, because you have a situation where you have a lot of data, for you to adjust, you can just come to the negative below your sheet and adjust the negative to fit whatever the way you feel it depends on your site, if you can see it, or what your site can capture. Then you find out that here there is a percentage, so you can expand back. But here I'm going to adjust it back to the normal. It has adjusted back, but this is too wide. I brought it back here. Now back to where we are. We are going to start with the multiplication. Now for our multiplication, I said, what is our total sales? Number one, you must understand your data for you to be able to know, okay, what and what and what am I looking for? Not that you are just looking for anything. Now, when you look at the data, you have a date, you have the product, you have the category where it belongs, you have the region, then you have sales. This sales is sales price per unit. This is the quantity. This is the cost price per unit, and this is profit per unit. And the customer that purchased the product is this. Now, coming to, we want to populate these columns. Now, you are asked to calculate your total sale. How do you arrive at your total sale? Can somebody tell me? Can somebody tell me what makes, or what is, how do we arrive at our total sales? Are we there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are there, sir. The calculation for the total. I can hear you, sir. I said the calculation for the total.
Yes. How do we arrive at total sales?
Multiplying the sales of each product. If I'm going for product of this column E4, so which is $1.200. So I multiply this E4, which is $1.2, multiplied by the number of quantity. It can either be one quantity So the quantity I'm going for here is F4, which is 10.
Okay.
So
10.
so the sales price will be $1.2 multiplied by 10, which is
okay. If I'm to input it, what am I inputting in my formula? What's the formula?
Is equal to open bracket E4 multiplied by F4.
E4 multiplied by
F4 close bracket. Then
bracket.
Click enter.
Enter. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now that is for number one. Now, what for? Because we are calculating total sales for everything we have here. So, what are we going to do to arrive at the total sales for everyone, for all the rows?
Okay. I think we'll be making use of relative reference here. So you just move your cursor towards the right hand side for you to get this sign, and then we double click it. Automatically, it gives relative reference for the overall calculation, sir. Yes.
Which
double
one?
Click.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Now that is one. Number two, you can highlight all your data. The shortcut for that, because what you are doing is either you copy the formula you put here, then highlight your data and paste the formula. Or better still, there is a shortcut. The shortcut for you to paste your formula down is Ctrl plus D. It will paste the formula you are having automatically. Are we together? Okay. Can somebody is that Taiwo that just spoke? Yes, Taiwo.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Bisayo, how are we going to arrive at the total cost? Are you there? Bisayo?
Yes, I'm with you, sir.
How are we going to arrive at the total cost?
Okay, sir. I'm going to multiply the cost and the quantity. Yes.
The cost and the quantity. So what's the formula we're using?
Can use equal to product.
Equals to product.
Into bracket.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm coming, sir. I'm trying to find G4.
G4.
Comma F4.
Yes. F4. Close the bracket. And you click on enter. And we arrive at the cost. So we now paste our formula down, right? Now,
yes, sir.
Before you input your formula, you want to, I've told you, one, there are series of ways which you can apply your formula. The first one is that you can calculate one cell, copy the formula and paste in other cell. You still arrive at the same thing. Or better still, you calculate one cell, then highlight from the one you calculated and pay down, and you press on Ctrl D. it will still mean the same thing. But better still, you can decide to highlight all the cell. When you highlighted all the cell, then you now input your formula equals to product of F10 and G10. You now hold down your control and press your enter. Your formula will paste to all the cell highlighted. Are we together?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, I can see Kadijat. How do we arrive at the total profit? Now, I said subtraction. How do we arrive at total profit in this regard?
To arrive at the total profit to be it will be the profit multiplied by the quantity. So
I don't want you to go in that dimension of profit times quantity. That's the reason why I put it here, subtraction. You are using subtraction techniques to arrive at your total profit. Assuming you are not given this profit column, how will you arrive at your total profit?
So I will simply do total sales minus the total cost to get the total profit.
So what will our formula be?
Sorry, I'm just joining the class for the first time. So I think the formula will be K for L4.
L4.
I think there will be an equal to product, then in brackets K4 minus L4. Sorry about that.
To product
in brackets
K4 minus F4. You said so.
L4.
L4. You are the one that said it too. But in the product, you use product. Product is when you are talking about product. Product is when you want to multiply 10.
All right.
I get now. The formula is equal to K4 minus L4. That is just the simple formula you need there. It's normal your 1 minus 1, 2 minus 1 or 2, or 3 minus 3. But the reason why we are putting K4 is because they now want to deduct 8,000 from 12,000. So what Excel recognizes is the name of the cell, and the name of the cell is divided by the column, which is the K you are seeing here, and the row where that figure is, which is 4. So that's why you say K4 and L4. So that's the reason. So it's just equals to K4 minus L4, and that gives you your simple answer. And as I've said, you copy and you paste down.
All right.
Or better still, look at the cell I highlighted. Based on what Taiwo said the other time, you see a square by the side of this, which is a small square. When you bring your mouse there, you find out that your mouse changed to plus. When you double click on that square, it will populate the formula down, which means your formula can be copy and paste in separate series of ways. You can copy and paste. You can click on the box beside the cell or beside the cell and your mouse change to plus, or you highlight all the cells where you want the formula to apply. Then you now input the formula and hold down your control and press enter. Are we together?
Yes, thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
welcome.
Yes, sir.
Now, I move to the next one. I'm talking about division. We want to look for the percentage of profit. If we are looking for percentage of profit, how do we get the percentage of profit? Taiwo, can you assist us? We are using division techniques. Taiwo,
sir. Yes, sir. I don't know, sir.
you don't know it. Bisayo, can you
Yes,
help
sir.
us?
I'm still thinking about it.
Okay, it's just a simple arithmetic. Percentage of profit. Now, your percentage of profit. Now you bought something for you sell something for 12 naira, and that thing cost you 12,000, and it cost you 8,000. You are saying you are making a profit of 4,000. Then what is the percentage percentage profit, the percentage of gain which you actually have? Is what we've been doing from our primary school. So your
Yes, sir.
percentage of profit is your profit divided by your sale.
100. Yeah.
Your that is your profit divided by your sale. Somebody said multiply by 100. Yes, is equals to our profit is M4 divided by our sales, which is what? K4. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
By
Yes,
100,
sir.
and
That's
that
all.
gave you what? 33.33. Who can tell me why this is showing 33.33?
That's the like 100 divided by 3 is 33.3333.
But look at here, I'm talking about percentage, which means all the information that is supposed to be in this column are supposed to be in percentage.
Okay.
But here,
Okay.
33.3333 doesn't show anything.
Yes, sir.
So in another now, for this particular cell to show us percentage, what do we supposed to do? What you are supposed to do is to format that cell to be able to give you percentage. Are we together?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So you can look at the general side, at the
So
general formula side.
you can go in two ways. Number one, you can come here and you see this percentage, just click on the percentage. Now, what is giving us is wrong. The reason is this: because we've multiplied by 100. That's why it's giving us 3,333. So if the column has been formatted to give us percentage, initially what we just need to do is equals to M4 divided by K4. And when you click on enter, what the answer you get there automatically will be a percentage straight away. So you don't need to multiply by 100 any longer. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any question?
Sir, I don't understand what you just did now.
You don't understand what I just did?
Yes.
Now, this is what we have, 33.33333.
Yes, sir.
What
Yes.
we said percentage of profit. What percentage of profit, that is our profit, what percentage is it on this? Then we said this one multiplied by this. But when you look at
Yes.
this column was supposed to give us, was supposed to show percentage. That is, any answer you get there will be 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%. It will show that percent sign. Are we together? But the reason why it's not
Yes,
showing
sir.
that
Yes, sir.
percent sign is because that place is not formatted yet. That place is not formatted to show percentage yet. Now, I told you there are two ways for you to format it to show percentage. It's either you come to this place, click on percentage. You find out that the percentage is already at the back, as shown at the back here. But what happened here is this. When you now format it to percentage, because you've multiplied your formula by 100. That's why you're having it as 3,333. So if this cell has been in percentage, what you just need to do is that the 100 will not be part of your formula. It will just be equal to M4 divided by K4. Do you get it now? Then you click on enter.
Yes, sir.
It gives you 33%.
Okay, sir.
At this place, you find that initially, before I click on this percentage, is a symbol of accounting. When you click here, it gives you the list of what you have. You can come here and click on your percentage here. Are we together? So, but now we've clicked on
Yes,
it,
sir.
it's changed to percentage. When you come here, this is to infuse comma into your workbook. That is to bring in comma. This zero you have in here is telling you 0.00. That is to increase your decimal places. Why this one is to decrease your decimal places. Now, I told you, if you don't want to come here, you want to, as one of the things you have to learn is shortcut. I told you on Wednesday, one of the way you can format this thing without even using your mouse is for you to press on what? What can you press to format your cell?
Control 1.
Control 1. Thank you. Control 1. Your control 1 here give you the panel. And I told you this panel that he has brought is from 1, 2, and 3. The fourth panel, the alignment, and the number which you are having here. Everything is here. So from here, you can go and or you can do your formatting. So with this, I will paste my formula down. Now, commission. Here I'm at referencing now. Referencing, I told us there are how many types of referencing?
3 types.
2.
Which one and which one?
Relative referencing, absolute referencing, and the mixed referencing.
And mixed referencing. Thank you very much.
2.
Now, I want to now we want to do the referencing in these 2 columns. Now, I want to compute for commission, and my commission rate is 5%. I want to calculate for VAT. My VAT rate is 7.5. Are we together? Now, your commission is calculated on your sale. So now we want to calculate commission on all our sales figure here. And our rate is this. What are we doing? Edema, can you tell us what to do? Victoria. Yeah, Edema, oh yeah, tell us what to do based on what we did on Wednesday. Are you there? Taiwo, can you tell us what to do?
Okay, I can try, sir. Is equals to open bracket, K for multiplied by
4 times
multiplied by 5%.
Multiplied by 5%. We close, Abi.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That is one way. But what I want us is, we want to reference this 5% without typing the 5%.
Okay, we can make use of 0.4 multiplied by 0.4.
Multiplied by
0.4. 0.4. Yes.
My question is, our 5%, is it in 0.4? The cell where the 5% is it in 0.4?
It is in 0.2.
Is in 0.1.
0.1. Yes, sir.
0.1. So when we reference it, but the challenge here is that this same 5% is to be applicable in calculation of all our commission on each of the cell. And when I move down, I want to paste the formula down. See what it's giving me. I will. See what your formula is giving me.
I think it's because the 0.1 is not locked. That is absolute referencing.
Because the 0.1 is not locked. Okay. Okay, let's lock the 0.1. How do we lock it?
Yes, you can make use of key F4 or $sign.
F4.
Yes, sir.
F4. Really? Now, one thing is this. Yes, F4, you are right, but it depends on the kind of keyboard you are having. Okay. And it depends on where your F4 is.
Position, yes, sir.
If your keyboard on your keyboard, your F4 have no any other symbol, you can use F4 directly. And that is so common when you are using desktop computer and your keyboard is the normal keyboard. But when you are using your when you are using laptop, on that key where you have your F4, you find out that your F4 is always small.
Yes, sir.
So in that case, if you just press the F4, you are doing another thing. So before you can press the F4, on your keyboard, there is another key there. Besides, usually be beside Control. They wrote FN. Have you seen it? So before you press your F4, you have to press the FN. You have to press the FN before your F4 will be active. If you just press your F4 without the FN, your F4 will not be active. Everybody, any question?
No, sir.
Usually, no question. So you can input it manually by going to where the distance is and just put your $ individually. I've told you, when we are talking about absolute referencing, what it simply means is that your column is fixed, your row is fixed. Your column is fixed, your row is fixed. When you are talking about relative, it's either your column is fixed or your row is fixed. And when we're talking about mixed, you will have a situation where your first cell you are referring to, maybe the column will be fixed, and the second one you are referring to, it was the row that will be fixed. For example, let me use this formula to explain it. And again, when you are not using any function, except function, you don't need your bracket. The situation where you need your bracket, but if it is just a simple arithmetic, 1 plus 1, you don't need brackets. 1 minus 1, you don't need brackets. 1 divided by 1, you don't need bracket. And what I'm saying is this, equals to, this is total sale. Now, on this total sale, now, since my formula is recognizing it per row, moving from one row to the other, from one row to the other, from one row to the other. So in that case, what you can do here, you can lock this, but what you are locking is the column. Therefore, you hold your Fn, you press your F4, 1, it gives you absolute reference. You press it again, it locks the row, and you press it again, it locks the column. When you press it again, it becomes free. With your Fn, you give it an absolute referencing by locking both the row and column. You press the F4 again, you lock only the row, and you press the F4 again, you lock only the column. When you press it the 4th time, it remains unlocked. So with this, I'm locking the column times my percentage. Now, what I want to do here is this. This, I give it, this is an absolute referencing. But if I decided to, okay, I want to calculate my commission on this and at the same time calculate my VAT on this. So in that regard, it means that I will have to, or the same formula I typed here, I'm going to copy it to this P under the VAT. So in that regard, if I leave my formula this way and press on enter, when I copy down, works normally. But when I copy to the right, it gave me the same figure. Why? The reason why it gave me the same figure is that when you look at this, under P is still referring to O. So in that regard, since I'm moving to the right, it means my role is going to be changing. So your reference here will be that you are locking only the column. Let me come back here and now come to lock. Oh, I'm locking the column. I'm locking the row. Now when I do this and do this, when you look at it, this is the same formula I copied to this side. My row remains the same, but my column changes. So in that case, in the formula, when I'm doing this, I'm moving to the right. When I'm moving to the right, my is still the same row. So in that case, I fix the row. As into K, I'm moving to down to total sales because I'm changing the row. My column is fixed. So in referencing, what you are not changing is what we fixed, but what you are changing will not be fixed. Are we clear at all?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So now this is the formula and I copy my formula down. That is referencing. Now, one thing I want to show us, you find out that when I was scrolling down, the information up, even the header, I cannot see it. Right? So in that regard,
Yes, sir.
what you do is what we want to, even when we continue scrolling, I want to continue to see this header. So if you want to continue to see this header, it means you have to make this header to be fixed. And to make it fixed, it means what you do, we call something fixed pane. Your fixed pane, you find it under view. And this is what I'm talking about. When you click on it, it gives you three options: fixed panel, fixed top row, and fixed first column. Now, this fixed pans, you determine what you want it to fix. But this, you determine, if you click on this, it will fix the top row. So you see that That's the only thing that is showing. When you come back here, you're on Fricks. Then Fricks first column. When you click on Fricks first column also, is when you go to the right, the first column is the date column, and that's the only thing you will be seeing. But here, when I go to the top or go down, I want to see from this place up. When I go to the right, I want to see from this place down to this place. So in that regard, what am I going to do? I'm going to come into this cell, because this cell is after this row, and this cell is after this column. So when I come here and come to Fricks Pin and click on Fricks Pin, you will see a sign like a cross. It means when I go down, that will continue to show. And when I go to the side, those ones will continue to show. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Are we good to go with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, we've done multiplication, subtraction, division, referencing. Then we want to come to sum. Sum, what are we summing? We want to sum each of these figures. So how do we sum it? I'm highlighting everywhere where I want to sum. So how do I sum it?
Is equals to sum, open bracket.
Sum. Now, you don't. I hear you saying open bracket. No. When you are using function, when you are using any Excel function, you see that as I'm typing, there is this box here. This is the function. What you just need to press is you press your tab. When you press tab, it will automatically bring the bracket. Do you get me?
Yes, sir.
So it will automatically bring the bracket into it. So we open the bracket. What are we doing?
K10.
K10. K10.
Can't remember this dot and the name of it, but
Now, what you just need to do, you don't need to stress yourself. Just come to the top and highlight. When you highlight, automatically it brings itself here. Then you close your bracket and press on your enter.
yes, sir.
Then that's it. Or better still, if you don't want to go that route, what can you do? What you can simply do is you highlight the information you want to add. And you come to your own tab. I told you can use auto sum. When you click on this information, it automatically sum it for you. Now, my question is this. Any questions so far? Any questions so far?
Yes, sir. Please, I sent a message to the chat, but no response. I didn't actually get the referencing and the locking.
I expect you to unmute yourself and speak in that regard. Okay, I will go back there. I will explain again. Now, as relating to the referencing, let me take this column out. Referencing, we have absolute. Absolute simply means, now, when you look at these points, you have O1. We are talking about that particular cell where 5% is, O1. Now, you need absolute referencing. Now, for example, now, I want to calculate the commission for 12,125, 4,500. So I will have to say equals to this times this. Abi, I will come again and say equals to this times this. I will come again and say equals to this times this. Because if I want to go back by, okay, I've insert the formula here, I copied my formula and paste the formula down. You can see what is given to me. When I get here, what are we saying? It's saying 125 times the column where you have referencing. That's what it's referring to. And when you get here, it said 4,500 times the column you have commission written in. So now, but we want to save ourselves a stress of retyping and retyping and retyping that, okay, I've typed this, let me go here and type this again. The question is, if you have 1 million line which you want to calculate commission on at that particular rate, you continue to do it one by one for 1 million times. How long will that take you? You take like 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, or 5 days. So that is where your absolute referencing come in. That, okay, what is applicable to everything you are talking about is in just one cell. So that particular cell where that thing that is applicable to everything is, you make that cell fixed. So in that case, what am I talking about? This cell is applicable to everything that is here, and I want the answer to be in this column. So what am I going to do? I'll just say equals to this cell is what is applicable to everything. I will now make that cell fixed. How do I make it fixed? You come to this 0, you put $sign. You come to this 1, you put $sign. Then you now continue your formula times this man, and you click on enter. So when I now copy my formula, I now copied it down. Now let's see. When I click on this, is 125 times this 5. When I click on this, is 4,500 times this 5. When I click on this man, is this 21,000 times 5,000. When 5%. When I click on this, is this 7,500 times 5. I didn't continue to repeat to be typing one by one. Within a twinkle of eyes, I've been able to resolve the issue. That is referencing. Now, we have what we call absolute. Absolute is what I did here. That is, this O, you know, is your column because this is O here. Is referring to this column. This one is your row because it's referring to this row. Are you getting it now? So I now make both the column and the row, I make it fixed. That is what I did there. Now, what I did is, now I want to talk about reference, absolute reference, relative reference now. When I'm talking about relative reference, it means you make either the row or the column is what you made to fixed. Now, this same formula, this man here, I want to multiply it with this 5. At the same time, I want to multiply this man with this 7.5. Normally, what I should do also is to come here equals to this man times this man. This man is applicable to everything here also. I will give it absolute referencing and I will click on enter. When I copy and paste, so when I click here, is this man times this man times this man. Did you understand that, Edema?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, I came here, I typed. I have to come here also and type. But I don't want to come here. Once I type here, I want what I typed here. When I copy this formula and paste here, I want it to be perfect. In that case, that is where your relative referencing comes in. This man is applicable to this. This man is applicable to this. This man is down here. You are applying the formula down. In that regard, it means that the column is not changing. It's still the same column. It's not changing. So in that case, you make your column referencing now will be column fixed. When you are referring to this column now, it will be column fixed. And what am I talking about? Equals to this man. My column fixed, it means my dollar will be at the end of the K, which means I've fixed the column. Do you get it now? It's only column that I actually fixed for this man times this man. This man now. Sorry, can you please help us to mute? So, Edema, are you with me? So now, okay. Mean that my formula, this same column, this same man will go with this and will go with this. This man will go with this, will go with this, but this column is expected to be to remain. So in that case, I will fix my column. Because when the formula is coming down, it means this column will move to here, we move to here, we move to here, we move to here. So that is the reason. This row we move to here, we move to here, we move to here. So that's the reason why the row will not be fixed. Now, this man here is applicable to this and applicable to everything, which means as it moves down, it should still reference this, which is it should still reference this row. Are we together? Which means in this regard, the role should be fixed. The first one, the column is fixed. The second one, the row is fixed. Reason being that if I copy this formula here, it's still the same row. So the row is fixed, but the column is not fixed because it has moved from column 0 to column P. So in that case, we are not going to fix the column because it's going this route. When I click on enter, I copied my formula down. And at the same time, I copied my formula to the right. Now, when you click on this, is this times this. When you click on this, is this times this. When you click on this one, is O1 times times K5. And when you click on this, is P1 times K5. So in this regard, what you have is a mixed reference. At one, the column is fixed, the other, the row is fixed. Any question? Edema, are you clear now? Are you there? Is anybody there?
Yes, sir.
So Edema, are you clear now?
Thank you very much, sir.
All right. So we come to sum here. We've done the sum. Edema, did you understand how we make the top to be fixed and this side to be fixed? Hope you understand that. Ma'am? Do you understand? Now, I was saying something. When you look at this is 12,000, 8,000, 4,000. 4,000 what? 8,000 what? And when you look at this, in sales, you have 1,200 in dollars. 800. And when you look at this is 1,200. But here, you don't even know, if not that, okay, you know arithmetic now. You just say is 12000. Why are we having it this way, and what is to be done? Isaiah, what should we do?
Yes, I will make you format.
Go ahead, go on.
With any sign. It can be dollar sign, it can be naira sign, it can be pound signs.
What should we do?
We'll click on the general option, then make the selection on currency, sir.
On currency. Okay. When we make on currency, see what it gave me. This one gave me naira. This one gave me dollar. Eh? What should be done?
There is this downward icon. I think we'll click on it, sir.
Now, this is what you do. You highlight what you are referring to. Then use your Control 1. When you use your Control 1, it will give you all the information you needed. You want to use currency, come to your currency. When you come to your currency, look at this place. It will tell you, are you doing how many decimal places? 2 decimal places. If you are not doing 2 decimal places, you remove it to 0. Did you want to add symbol? If you want to add symbol, you click here and you go down. Every other thing there is in USD. So let us use USD. So you pick USD. Now look at this. Negative number. If you have negative number, did you want it to show minus this? Or you want it to turn red? Or you want it this way? Or you want it to turn minus and it turned red? You choose the way you want it to look like. Are we together? Let me pick this, though we don't have so when you click on OK, it has changed. The same thing here applied to this place. But instead of you going back that same way to do it, what you just need to do is highlight this man. Come here. Did you see this? This thing that look like brush. Just click on it.
Yes, sir.
It means what you have done is that you are copying the format of this place. Then just come to this, highlight that place, and you find out that it has changed to the same thing. Any question? Any question?
No, sir.
I don't have a question.
You have a question?
No, sir. No, sir.
Edema, any question? Kadijat, any question? No question. Mr. Adeshola, any question?
I don't have a question for now.
All right. Thank you. Now, everything we've been doing is just a recap of what we did on Wednesday. But we are just using the data to illustrate everything we've done. Now, I'm here under average. Average. How do we get the average of all this information? Can somebody explain? Average. This was explained on Wednesday. Okay, without
Equals to
wasting
average.
equals to average. The first one. Now, like what I was explaining the other time, that when you have any function, if you are using Excel function, you'll find out that I just type AVER and it brought it out, average. It brought the other one and everything. Now with this, I don't need to type in full. What I just do is use my tab because it has identified that that is what I wanted. So average now, what are you looking at the average? You are looking at the average of all this figure, excluding the total. And you press enter. So with this tells you that this is the average. This is the average. Max. Max also is a function, is Excel function. So it's simple. Just say equals to max. Then I highlight the data. So he has given you the maximum here. Max simply means what is the maximum figure. When you look at this figure, you have 125, you have 105, but the one that is the highest is what? 125, and he has given you the max. Then meaning, that is the minimum, is equals to min. Highlight your data. and click on your enter, it's giving you minimum value. This one 4,500. Let's see. Is that the minimum value? You have 4,005. Any other figure lesser than that, the next one is 8,800, which is the minimum value is 4,500. Any question? Now, I think the last one which we talk about on Wednesday, which I'm yet to talk about here, is what they call it is data validation. Now, data validation, which is this, basically, one thing you need to have at the back of your mind is that as a data analyst, this particular tab is very, very important. Your formula tab, your home tab, your insert tab, your data tab, your formula tab, your view tab are all important, but the most important one is your data tab. Now, I talk about data validation, and I told you, you come to your data, you come to data tools, and you click on this, it gives you data validation. And what did I tell you? Data validation is a tool used to format a particular cell for distinct information. And when I say distinct information, that is, if you want any information to be written there, what you select is any. Now, I'm clicking on K1. And when I go to data validation, when you see this, under the allow, it said allow any value. So anything I type in K1, all the cells in Excel, when I highlight, if I highlight everything, what you will see and click on data validation is any value, which means I can type anything. I can type text, I can type number, I can type figure, anything that I like, I can type there. So that is the reason why that is there. So, but if you want to restrict a particular cell or a particular column or a particular row, you can restrict it to suit you by coming to data validation. Under this column, you click on you click on this drop down, then you now select. Did you want the information that will be in K1 to be whole number only? If you click on whole number, it means you cannot type a name there. It won't accept. You can't type anything except a whole number. If you click on decimal, it means no information can go there except decimal. Now, when you click on whole number, it will give you other information, data between, not between, equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than. You choose whichever one you like there. If it is between, minimum, what is the minimum value? What is the maximum value? When you click on OK, it means what you said will apply to that cell. You come here, you select decimal. It will ask you, same thing, what is this? When you click on list, it comes in a different way. List means that what will be showing in that, it will create something in that column. That when you click on it, you will have something like this. That when you click on it, it will bring out a list of particular information. And that is the only thing that can affect that particular cell. Now, let me, for the purpose of this class, let me use lists. Do you have a question? Edema. For the purpose of this class, let me use lists. Here, source. Maybe the information you want to display there is somewhere. It means you go to that place. You go to that place and pick that particular cell where it is. Now, for me, I want this cell to be showing the product category. Then I will come to this category. I will product. I'll come to product. I will highlight the product and click on OK. When you come here, you see product A, product B, product C, product D, product E. Are we there? Product A, product B, product C, that's what we have here. If it is customer that I select, when I come here, I just give this cell a border so that I can know that there's something there. When you click here, it gives you product A, B, or C. If it is customer that I selected, that will be my source information, that's the same thing that will be there. Or better still, you can type whatever you want to be here. One, the only thing you just need is separate it with comma. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. And click on OK. When you come here, you'll see it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that you'll be seeing there. That's what you'll be seeing there. Here, I want the customer. When I come here, customer 1 to 10 is what I will see here. But for the purpose of what we want to do, I want to use products. Now, I've talked about data validation. I'm coming to this man, count. Count is used if you want to count cell or you want to count column. Let me come here and say all these are Excel function equals to count. Count. Count, when I highlight this, I want it to count from where all that I've highlighted. Close and enter. It gave me that I have how many items there? 10. But when I do this, equals to count, and I come here, what is this giving me? It's giving me 0, whereas I have item there. The reason is that count recognizes numbers. Why this one, count A, recognizes alphabet. This is giving me 0 because what I use is count, not count A. So let's go now. Equal to count A. And I come here. and I close, it gave me 10. Now, count if. Count if here is a logical function. That what you are saying is that count this thing, oh, if it is so, 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 and so. Count, okay, you have a group of students that comprises of male and female. And now you want to count them. You want to know the number of male and the number of female. What you are going to make use of is count if. That is, count it. Count all this data I have if is male. Count this data that I have if it was female. Now, let me do this. I want to do product B. I now said equals to count. If range, what range? What you want to count is what they call range. If this place equals to what? Equals to, I want to reference this. Instead of me typing product B, I just come here and click here. And when I do this, enter. It's telling me that I said you should count it if it is product B. It's telling me what is there is 2. Let's check. Let's see. How many product B is there? This is A, this is 1, this A, this is 2. We only have two product B there. Let me change this. Let me change it to product D. Product D also is 2. Let's see. This is D1, D is 2. Let me see which one is up to 3. 1, 2, C is 1, C is 2. So I think they are, let me see, they are all 2, 2. Let's say I want to change this to product D. Now let's see, product D is what? 3. Because of the one I changed, it is 3. Now, where you see Countifs, that is the conditional statement is more than 1. Count if, that is when you have a single criteria. You have a lot of them, some if, some ifs. That is, if they, that is, you are given a criteria for performing that function. Any question, please? Any function, please? Any question, please?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, I'm in Countifs. Count if and Countifs. The only difference is that this only have one criteria. Why these have multiple criteria? It can be up to 10 criteria. The S in front of it is what changes. Let's see. Equals to Countifs. Criteria 1. Product, this man, comma, what's the criteria? This man. Abi, comma, criteria range 2. Customer, What's the criteria? Let me select customer 1. I've made it the first one. This is the first range up to this, the second range up to this. When I click on enter, what does it give me? 0. That is, now I said it should count if the product is product D and the customer is customer 1. Let's see, product D. Product D, the customer is customer 2 here. Product D, the customer is customer 5 here. Product D, the customer is customer 9 here. Now let me change this to product A. We have product A and the customer is customer 1. Product A, the customer is customer 4. That's product A. So let's see what is our answer. It's telling you that the product that is product A and customer 1 is just 1. Are we there? Now, sum if. Here we did sum. Abi? Now, let's come here and do sum if. Equals to sum if. If what range are you talking about? I'm talking about products. What's the criteria? The criteria is product A. What do you want? Where do you want to sum? If it is there, you want to sum total sale. Enter. It gave me 33,000. Let's look at it. We are looking at product A. The total sales by product A. That is the simple thing I just did here. That product A. If what's the criteria? The product or the product. If it is product A, it should sum it. So let's see. Product A. This one is 12,000. Product A. This one is 21,000. So because it is product A, that's the reason why he summed this, and he gave us 33,000. Sum ifs. This is multiple criteria. Multiple criteria applies here. This one on sum if is just single criteria, but here multiple criteria applied, which equals to sum ifs. Sum range. I want to sum this man, comma, criteria range. This man, criteria 1, this man. Criteria range again, this man. Region, I'm using region now. What is the second criteria? Let me choose not. Let me limit it to that, and equals to enter 12,000. That is, I said it should give me the total sales when the product is A, and the same time it is from the North region. So let's see, product A, North region. This product A is West region. Let me change this product A also to North region. When you come back here, see what it gives to me. Any question? Any question?
No, sir.
All right. Now, if function is a logical function, you want to say if you are a male, come to the right. If you are a female, come to the left. That is simple what if statement does. That's what it does. Now, you just say equals to if. Now, one thing you need to understand is that when you are using a function, just follows what you are having here. Logic test. Logic test. What are you trying to test? If this man is less than 10,000, comma, if it is less than 10,000, what should happen? It should just give you this figure. Okay, let me do this. It should give you but if it is not less than 10,000, it should give you false. Now, before I go further, you find out that in my formula, before I type true, I have to put it in quotes. And before I type false, I have to put it in quotes. That is when you are inserting text into your formula, you put it in double quotes. If you don't put it in double quotes, it will not work. So let me click on enter. I said if K4 is less than 10,000, it should give me false. It should give me true. But if it's not, it should give me false. That is, if it is not less than 10,000, definitely is greater than 10,000. Let's copy this formula and copy it down. This one gave us true. Is this less than 10,000? Yes. This gave us true. Is this less than 10,000? Yes. Is this less than 10,000? No, which is false. So you can see it now. And again, this is it. If you are trying to type a formula equals to if, when you look at this point, you will see the formula you are typing, which is, this is formula bar. So if you thought that, I might not remember the way I should do it, click on this fx. This is what we call function of x. When you click on it, it will bring out a dialog table. It will bring out a dialog table. This dialog table have all the functions you need. Just click on the function you wanted. It will give you this. Then, what is your logical test? My logical test is this column greater than 10,000. It said value if true. You should type true. If it is false, you should type false. So when you click on this, now the difference between this and when I typed it is this. In this position, value if true, I didn't put double quotes. First, I didn't put double quotes. But if I click OK, automatically Excel itself will put the double quote. So when you click on OK, oh, sorry, I have to put the double quote also. So what happened? Oh, if. So this is it. Then I can copy down. Are we together? Are we together?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Now the next one, or you are putting in an argument. I want to employ somebody, a BSc holder, a chartered accountant, having either of, okay, I want to employ a BSc holder that has either ACA or ACCA. That is where your all function works. That is, if you are, there are multiple criteria, but if the person satisfies one, if that thing you are looking at satisfy one of the criteria, it should take it. So equals to or is a function. Click on tab. Logic 1. This equals to product A. Logic 2. This is greater than 10,000. Now, is this product A or greater than 10,000? This is greater than 10,000. Let me use this. Greater than 10,000. Yes. Let me change this to D. It will still give me true. Let me change it to he. It will still give me true. Because he actually what? He actually fall into one of the category. It's either product A or greater than 10,000. Now, and let's go to and now. Equals to and logic 1. This man equals to this man. And this man less than 10,000. Can somebody answer this question? Will this be, is this true or false? The product is product E, and at the same time, the total sales is less than 10,000. Is it false or true? Taiwo. Taiwo, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, sir.
I want to know if this is true or false. False. The product is product B, and that value is less than 10,000.
Okay, if I'm looking for product E, which is 75,000 total sales.
No. I'm referring to this row 4.
Okay.
The product in row 4 under B4 is product E, and at the same time, the total sale. Now, the function I have inputted here is that I should get true if B4, which is this, is this product E, and K4, which is this, is less than 10,000. So what I should get there should be true. But in this regard, when you look at it vividly on your own, is this product E? The answer is no. Is this less than 12,000, 10,000? The answer is no. So that's why I have false here. Now let me copy the formula down. Where did we have true? We don't have true. Okay, let me change it to greater than. Now, the first one, I said B, that is, this product is, that is, B4 equals to product E, and K4 is greater than 10,000. When you look at it, B4 is not product E, but K4 is greater than 10,000. So in that regard, because it does not meet one of the criteria, what you have there will be false. But in the case of or, once it meets one of the criteria, it will tell you it is true.
Yes,
now,
I understood, sir.
When you come here, I'm at row 9 now. The product is product E, and the, what did they call it? The total sales is greater than 10,000. That's why you're having true.
It's true.
And
yes, sir.
Yes. And when you come to 13 also, the product is product E, and the total sales is greater than 10,000. That's why it's telling us it is true.
Yes, sir.
Now, there is something we call if error. If error here, it simply means, what can I use? So, okay, let me do this. Equals to this man times this man. Look at what he gave to me. He gave me value. He's giving me value because this is word and this is number. This is text, this is number. Now, but even if this is showing me there is an error, and that is what I want to correct, that if the information I got here is an error, what should happen? So there is a function we call if error. You just say if error equals to if error this man times this man. That's your arithmetic. If error, what should be there? It should give me 0. When I click on enter, instead of giving me the information he gave me before, what he gave to me is 0. I might decide that don't give me 0, but let it be blank. For you to, in your formula, for you to infuse blank, you put double quotes with space, enter. Here, there is formula, but the answer there is error, so it gave me blank. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the next one, we are moving to text function. Text function here, there are some text functions which we are going to look at. Some of the text function we are looking at concatenating. What do we mean by concatenating? You are given a workbook. You have first name, surname, last name. And what you need is for you want it to just be in one cell. The function you can use is either concatenate or text join. What am I talking? I want to know rep 1, what did this cell and which region? I want to bring it together. What you just need to do there is click on O equal to concatenate. Concatenate. What are you concatenating? I want to concatenate to join this man. You put comma. You put space, and I've told you for your space, you put double quotes, comma, the second one, comma, you put your space, comma, and you put your region. If that is everything you want to join together, just close and click on enter. Now I'm having information that it is product A, category 1, and from north. This now become a single join word. So you have a data, you have the name, surname, and you need to bring them together. You make use of concatenate. Any question? Edema? Okay, Taiwo. Question?
No, I don't have questions, sir.
Okay. I think Edema wants to say something, but I'm not hearing. Now, all right. Text join. One thing you need to understand is this. You see all those functions, it's not hard to use. It's just for you to be able, it's just for you to know which function did you need to use. And once you are able to know which function you are to use, the rest, as you are typing the formula, the what you need to do, the Excel will guide you on what to do. Now, text join equals to text join. You see, it brought it. Delimiter. Delimiter means what did you want to use to separate it? What did you want to use to separate it? I want to use space to separate it. It's telling you if it's empty cell, ignore. You select this, and the next thing is which text did you want to concatenate? I want to join this man, and this man, and I close and enter this, and you can see it here. Same thing which I did here is the same thing I've done here. Are we together? Now, the next one I want to talk about is split text. This split text, yes, you have some, let me do this. You have some, okay, you have name, surname, everything. Everything written together, but you now want to separate them. You want to separate them from each other. You want to separate it from each other. How do you do that? I'm coming. I'm just trying to edit something here because of what we want to do. Okay, I think I can use those three. Now, I'm talking about split text. You want to now the product name, the category, and the region has been written together, but we want to separate it. What do you use? You use split text function, which is what equals to split text split. Text split. Which text are you splitting? This text. What are you what are you using to separate it? You use your space and you click on this, click on enter. You'll find out that he has created 3 columns. He has created 3 columns. This formula, drag it down. He has splitted this to 3 different columns. Any question? This way.
Yes.
Any question? Now, that's about text split. We have text to column. Text to column also function like text split. Text to column, you will highlight what you want to split. You come to your data. Look at this. Text to column. You click. It gave you this dialog box. Now, you select the delimiter. That is, what did you want? What is separating this, you click on this, then you come and click on next. When you click on next, look at this. It said tab, semicolon. If what split them is semicolon, you tick on this. If it is comma, you tick on this. But what is separating them is space. But if what is separating them is not among what you have here, you choose order and you type here what is separating them. But here we are coming to this. Look at this. You find out that he has break the information into three parts. So you click on next. In next here, destination. Where did you want that to start? So I want it to start from B2 so that we can see. Here, you want to format those columns. Is it general? You want to format it as text, or you want to format it as date, or whichever you click. But it is advisable to leave it as general. After this, you click on finish. So this is what we worked on, which gave us this, and this. You can now remove this. But if you use test split, because test split is a formula, that's the reason why it's giving you this reference. But when you use test to column, it doesn't come with any formula. So you can simply delete the information you don't like and leave the one you actually wanted. That's about that. Let me see. For today, what did I want to add? I think so far so good for today. We've been able to do. Okay, let me to add this date function. After this date function, we call it a day. Now, this is your date. Your date here contains month, it contains date, it contains day, month, and year. It contains month, day, and year. Now, you might choose to separate the day from the month from the year. So in that case, the function you use is known as the date function. What am I saying? From this, I want to extract my day, I want to extract my month, and I want to extract my year. The function is equals to your day. When you click on day, click on where your date is and press enter. It has bring out your day. You want to extract your month, you use months. Your month, click this and click enter. It has given you a month. Then your year. Click on this and click enter. It has extracted your year. So you have your day, your month, and your year. When you copy the formula, copy down, you have what you needed. So this is the day, this is the month of the date, and this is the year of the date.